Welcome to another edition of the Powell Press. I am State Senator Bobby Powell, Jr., representing Senate District 24 in Palm Beach County. First of all, happy holidays to everyone, and what a couple of weeks it has been. Committee weeks are underway here in Tallahassee, so guess what? Let's get right to it. Well, before the gavel sounds on the first day of the annual legislative session, committee weeks begin here to allow lawmakers, lobbyists, and the public to weigh in on bills that are filed in both the House and the Senate. The first week of December began with another round of committee hearings as well as meetings with constituents from Palm Beach County and the community. Well, I had the opportunity to discuss legislation that is supported by the ASPCA, which would allow pet owners to take advantage of telemed when their four-legged friends are ill. I also met with officials from Palm Beach County School Board as well as the Virgil Hawkins chapter of the Florida National Bar Association. Tuesday also marked a meeting of the Senate Criminal Justice Committee. This was the first hearing on Senate Bill 184, which might prove to be a little bit problematic because of the vague way in which it was written. While the intent of the bill is supposed to be protecting the first responders, I am concerned that innocent people could be penalized and transparency removed thanks to the way that this legislation is currently worded. Wednesday began with meetings with the South Florida Water Management District representatives as well as the Florida Society of Rheumatology. Now, I also met with representatives from Mothers Against Drunk Driving, which is backing legislation helping surviving children in the event that a parent is killed in an accident by an impaired driver. I also met with the Florida Children's Initiative, which is focused on recidivism, reduction, and prevention. The day ended with the Senate Appropriations Committee on Criminal and Civil Justice, which included a presentation by the Department of Corrections and disappointing numbers once again on staffing levels and other growing needs in the Florida prison system. The governor's proposed recommendations for the upcoming 2024/2025 state budget were also on the agenda of the Senate Appropriations Committee on Tuesday, December 12th. The meeting gave members of the committee some of the fine print contained in the spending plan and an opportunity to ask questions on some of those numbers. Ultimately, it will be up to the state lawmakers, who are us, to craft a balanced budget for the state prior to session's end, which is on March 8th of 2024. The day was also action-packed with meetings, including a meeting with the League of Women Voters, some of Florida's finest local firefighters, and the Florida Association of Mortgage Professionals. I also had the opportunity to outline some of my top legislative priorities for the upcoming session during a taping of Perspectives, a production of the Florida Channel. Now, you can view my interview on my social media pages, including Facebook and X. Wednesday marked the final day of committee hearings for the week of December 11th. Legislation aimed at speeding up the handling of complaints by the State Ethics Commission was among the bills on the agenda of the Senate Ethics and Elections Committee. I also held meetings with our own West Palm Beach Mayor, Keith James, had meetings with the Arc of the Palm Beaches and Ida Nemotin, Criminal Conflict and Civil Regional Counsel for the 2nd Region. Well, that's it for this latest edition of the Powell Press. Remember, the 2024 legislative session begins on Tuesday, January 9th. You can track the bills as they're scheduled for the hearing by visiting www.flsenate.gov. Thanks again for watching, and make sure that you like, subscribe, and share to keep up to date of the Florida legislative session for District 24 and the 2025 legislative session. You can also follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I am State Senator Bobby Powell, Jr., reminding you always that a life of service is indeed a life that counts. And I wish every one of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next year.